Season's greetings to our viewing audience. This is Miko Evans and
Park Cannon.
and you're tuned in to another special holiday episode of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Yay!
Hey.
Happy holidays once again to our viewing audience. Of course, this is the CEO, Miko Evans, right here with another edition of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Can you believe it's the end of the year?
Finally.
And guess who I finally had a chance to come into the studio, even if it is just for a brief moment? State Representative Park Cannon is in the house.
Hey.
Hey, baby.
Thank you for having me. What a gift.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming and stuff. First of all, I want to thank you for everything that you are doing, not just the things that you have done, but everything that you're still doing for our community. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And being one of our young folk that's
Yes.
making things happen, baby. For those people that are tuned in, do not forget to subscribe, click the like button at the bottom, and don't forget to check out all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen. Let's get with you, because I know you just have a short time with us. Let's talk about everything that you feel that has been a highlight for this year in your position.
Well, 2024 very clearly in the legislature brought us over 20 anti-transgender bills. And we beat every one of them.
Yes, we did.
With
Yes, we did.
our policy minds. We went to council and we got amendments. We showed up to hearings and we did testimony. We voted on the floor in opposition. We did kind of some backroom meetings to help people really get at the heart and understanding that children, families, folks who are experiencing gender dysphoria, I mean, true lack of ability to cope with not being safe in their skin, deserve medical support.
Absolutely.
Deserve mental health resources. Deserve, just like everybody else, to be safe in Georgia. So I'm really excited about that. And I cannot, leave 2024 without thanking all the physicians who showed up, all the clinicians and family members, pastors, preachers. Did you know we actually had the first ever openly transgender pastor of the day to preside over the House of Representatives?
Wow.
Clock the T.
Are you serious?
They didn't know.
What?
So the T.
See, sometimes you got to be just a little bit under the radar.
And hey,
y'all made it happen.
they didn't have no problems. They went up and shook her hand and, enjoyed the message. And so that's really kind of, I think, the spirit of us moving out of 2024. We got to use all of our tools.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people fail to realize how difficult it is, especially when you're in the Bible Belt. What I still call the Confederate South, how things can get extra difficult for marginalized people, not just people of color, but women as well as members of the LGBTQ plus community, and particularly trans people. Before we get further into what to expect for 2025, I want to give our audience a little bit about your background. Where do you originally hail from?
So I'm from Albany, Georgia.
Oh, so you are from Georgia, just from deeper south.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Phoebe Putney baby.
Okay.
My dad grew up on the military. He worked on the military base there, and I grew up there.
Wow.
So that's the Albany Marine Corps Logistics Base.
Wow, okay.
And I really grew up just understanding that Dr. King had started his poor people's movement in Albany. And then he kind of moved it on a national scale and then was assassinated. So there is an entire monument to him downtown.
Wow.
And I grew up understanding the segregation and the racism because Lee County, Dougherty County, Albany is very much giving pecan trees, is very much giving Confederate ways. And so I remember seeing Confederate flags
Yep, I
hanging
do
off the
too.
back of trucks.
Yep.
Coming home from school.
Yep.
You know, and so when I, kind of got into college and things, I moved to Atlanta
I got you.
because the girl has to get out.
That's right. Had to get out. Had to get out, baby. Had to get out.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I came out. I came out to my mom. I came out to her on Mother's Day.
Wow.
And she's amazing. But a lot of folks know my mom now these days because she's always with me. I'm generally wearing one piece of her garment. Do you remember that big piece I had on the other night? That's hers.
That's hers. Wow. And that's the piece that she's talked about. For those people who have been following us on social media, we just uploaded the footage from this past Wednesday night's community honors presented by the Out Georgia Business Alliance. So yes, you was working that piece.
But first of all, you gave us everything. You put the show together. It was easy for us to understand the nominees and who was winning. So thank you for that labor of love for the community.
Yes, and shout out to the Out Georgia Business Alliance and our new interim executive director, Andy Monroe, in the house.
It's the hair for me.
Yes, she loves giving us that flair with the hair. So I just love them so much. But anyway, let's continue with your background. How was it for you dealing with the fact that you was different?
Yeah. So I started to realize the importance of scaling back from talking about sexuality and just more so generalizing a group of folks who, for whatever reason, are not out here on some hetero stuff. And as I decided to run for office, a lot of folks were like, it's 2016. The term queer is not being used yet. And I can't underscore that enough. I know we're in 2024 now and it feels more normalized, but it was not. There were zero openly queer identified elected officials. So for me, I had to start explaining to folks, no, I'm not necessarily going to walk up on the porch and start talking about sexuality. But when it does come down to the conversation of why do we have different HIV diagnoses, or why don't we talk about breast cancer amongst lesbians?
Absolutely.
I can get into it because I understand what my girls are going on, what they have been going through, and then also like what the other parts of the community are going through. And I think the legislature saved me in some ways because I am a direct action girl.
Yeah, that you are. That you are.
Y'all started.
Okay, I'm
I'ma
gonna finish it.
Now.
That's my girl.
Okay, so what I started to realize with the legislature was I could go into legislative council, I could look at a policy, and I could make it gender neutral. For example, it'll say we're enacting this thing into law and he can do this and she can do that. Why? Why are we putting gender in here? We can just talk about if it's a healthcare setting, the patient or the client or the provider. And so it started to be those little wins too that made me feel like, you know what, being queer in the legislature is not going to be all about my personal life.
Absolutely.
It's going to be about our community as a whole.
And I think a lot of politicians fail to forget that it's not about you, it's about your constituents that you're representing, which is all inclusive. And I think you're doing an excellent job with that.
You're tuned in to Meak Productions syndicated shows. Don't go anywhere. We do have more in store.
there, this is George Carlton, President of the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. Are you looking to expand your business, seeking employment connections, or want to grow your professional network but don't love traditional networking? The MAP is right for you. As Atlanta's first LGBTQ+ business association, we pioneered partnerships and networking with Atlanta's leading changemakers to help you connect authentically, in person and online, with people from diverse industries, identities, and histories. For more information about membership and being part of our legacy, visit our website at www.maapatl.org. Once again, that's mapatl.org. We look forward to connecting with you real soon.
Meak Productions is proud to be an official media partner for this organization.
Greetings, this is Darlene Hudson, co-founder of the Southern Unity Movement Incorporated. After our most recent national election, now more than ever is the time to be unafraid and ready for change. Join us as we stand powerful together at the annual Bayard Rustin Audre Lorde Community Breakfast, our official LGBTQ celebration for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Monday, January the 20th, live at the Loudermilk Center in downtown Atlanta. Doors open at 9 a.m. and breakfast is served at 10. Free admission with RSVP. This event will not be possible without our annual donors, volunteers, and sponsors. For more information about being a sponsor, volunteering, and to RSVP, please visit southernunity.org. Once again, that's southernunity.org.
Let's go into what inspired you to get into public policy and politics?
So I was working at a clinic, and we were doing services for folks who were transitioning, getting them hormones. We were helping folks who were pregnant and didn't want to be.
Wow.
And we were starting to gather stories. I started to realize who my state legislature was, Simone Bell.
Shout out to legend. Yes. Go ahead.
Mentors matter.
Yes.
Okay. Black lesbian in the House, was doing direct action on the floor.
She was the first to do that. Yeah.
Wrapped herself in caution tape on the floor,
Yes.
talking about women's bodies. And so I was really inspired. It was giving, let me get into this. But there was no Zoom. There was barely really email. Like, you were mostly writing and calling your legislature. So I would email her and I would tell her, I was watching today. You did a great job. You know, come to this event. And she called me one day and asked me to run.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a huge blessing. Wow. For someone to actually pick you out like that, that's a huge blessing. Let's get into, first of all, congrats on being reelected.
Thank you.
She's still doing her thing, you all. What plans do you have in store for the next year? Because you know it's going to be a very challenging time for the next 4 years. So what are your plans for this upcoming administration?
It's all about the money and about the people that you are getting the money for.
Absolutely.
So I start by just reminding folks the main job of a state legislature is to balance the state budget. Now we get all out the way on all these different bills and committees and stuff, but the main bill is that budget. And we can fund programs. Like we fund the Council for the Arts, which funds nonprofits that do paintings and do museum trips and do music and arts, you know what I mean? And that really helps me feel as though, okay, this is having down home impact.
Absolutely.
For me and for mine, we care about health care.
Absolutely.
We have not expanded Medicaid. We have a lot of folks who are passing away in childbirth. We have 2 high HIV new diagnoses cases. And so for me, I'm trying to get more money in the healthcare budget. We had succeeded in getting some in the state budget over the past few years through pilot programs to get PrEP access and through other options. But now we've been trying some local level options. So we put some money in the city of Atlanta's budget for HIV services. They had never done that before. When they banned access to abortion, we put some money locally at the city level as well. And we've been trying to partner more with the county to give them money to open a new behavioral health center. We just opened that off of Metropolitan Parkway. Off Cleveland Avenue.
Yeah, in our community, yes.
So it's been a lot of stuff of just helping folks realize for 2025, there's going to be a lot of bills. We were just looking at the numbers in my office earlier before we came here today of how many bills were introduced. Over 14,000 bills introduced, only 235 signed into law.
Wow.
So there's going to be all this hubbub about all these bills. Focus on that budget. And we all together need to rise up and say, hey, but what about money for this specific issue?
Excellent, excellent. I'm excited with everything that you're going to be advocating for 2025. I'm so proud of you once again. And for those people that don't know, if you remember, flashback, if it had not been for this lovely lady, yours truly and everybody else from our brand, Meak Productions, we would not have had the opportunity to have Meak Productions Day at the Georgia State Capitol. This is courtesy to this lady right here.
We turned it out. We had a good time.
Yes, we did.
And we did so many things. I mean, we did Bayard Rustin Day.
Yes.
And that's the joy of it. Remembering that the Capitol is the people's house. Let's get dressed up and go in there.
Absolutely.
And let's see what's going on in these meetings. And let's take a twirl. We want one day to have a ball in there.
Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, let's talk about that shoe. Let's get it going.
The first annual Capitol Ball.
Yes, baby.
Ciao.
Yeah. Come through. Yeah. We speaking that into existence right now. Shabbat. For those people that are viewing right now, thank you so much for tuning in. State Representative Park Cannon, thank you so much for stopping by the studio.
Yes.
I love you so much, sweetheart.
I love you.
Let me show go. Mwah. And once again, don't forget to check out all of the information located at the bottom of your screen. Of course, you can reach out to State Representative Park Cannon at
District 58 Affairs at gmail.com. We are also on Instagram all day and all night.
Yes, she is.
We have a good time on Instagram. So get into these stories, get into these lives, and let us know how we can support you.
Absolutely. Until our next episode, and we hope to probably do one more show right before the end of the new year. So until then, happy holidays, you all. Take care. Thanks once again, sweetie.
You're welcome.